Okay, today we're gonna try and run through entering a horse. The first thing we got to do in entering a horse is we got to type in our stable name. So let's see what we got available here. Got to check and see what stables I have trained for this week. So let's go with the Trilobite stable. Trilobite. Don't want to see the password. And we'll go in there and hit submit. Type in the name of the stable, type in the password, and hit submit form. That brings up the name of the stable. Okay. We then hit manage stable, and then we hit my stable. And that brings up then the Trilobite stable, the stats about the stable here, and more importantly, the horses in that stable. Now we've got a bunch in here. Can't get them all on the screen at the same time, but you can see Faith Fantastic here is sharp. So let's go in and try and find a race for Faith Fantastic. We go to Raffy. Raffy is a neat little program that Mike designed later in the game. It's one of these things he added again to make the game even better. And this enables you to enter your horses a lot easier. So you hit Raffy for Faith Fantastic. Then that brings up Faith Fantastic here. Some of his vital statistics. Faith Fantastic, 5-year-old male. Last track he ran at was in Denmark. Let's see, he has no tag, so once again I wouldn't be running him in a claimer anyway. So see basically what he's been running in. Been running on, let's say here, mostly turf, although he did run on dirt and had a win a place in a show on dirt. So we're probably gonna run him on turf because that's where he seems to be do his best. So 17 races, he has 7 wins, 5 places, 3 shows on the turf for $241,907 purse money. So get down here and we take a look at his last results. Ran in Denmark here, came in 4th, 3 3/4 out in an open allowance of 6.5. So we've been running him at 6.5 lately, and 6.5 seems to be his preferred distance. Although you can see down here he ran 1-1 at 7 furlongs on the turf also, a good speed as well. So let's say between 6.5 and 7. Now we want to check it out more thoroughly. We can actually go in here and go back, click on the horse's name over here, come back into here, and you'll see it has something called View Lifetime PP. So I can actually put that in and see what he did his whole lifetime. Notice he ran on dirt initially. Did pretty well actually, 6.5 dirt, he ran 82. Then I switched him over to turf at 6.5. His speed increased a bit, and I seemed to like that a little bit better. And won an allowance there for him. He came in first at 6.5 on the turf. So then we ran him here. We ran him in a stakes race. He came in second. Another stakes race, he won. Speed of 98 as a 3-year-old. That's pretty good. Come up here, and he's running a couple other stakes races. Here's another one. He run at 6.5 on the turf as well. He run, let's see if he won any other stakes races. Now, he hasn't run a stakes race recently, but he has run in here a allowance at 7, won that one, and an allowance at 6.5 with a speed of 110. That's his best speed, I believe, that he's ever attained. So we'll probably keep him at 6.5, but if we can't find that, we'll have to go for a 7. All right, we go back, click that off, go back here to Raffy again, back in here. So we're going to type in, click in turf, run him on an allowance or a stakes race at probably under 8, it would be 6.5 or 7, and I type in names in case there's any names for that. Now this is a 5-year-old male, so we don't have to adjust these too much. We'll keep this in here because this tells me basically that this is the restriction they recommend, the normal restriction for racing horses distance away from where they race last. So 3 is the best for the average. You can put in none, which means that means he's racing at a track very close by. Or you put in any, or any number higher than that, and you'll find out you'll end up paying more in breeding points and more money in order to ship them. Any down here will give you running, for instance, across the ocean. It might cost you as much as 10,000 sim bucks, and all your breeding points. So you don't want to do that unless you actually find something over there and don't find anything in the home area. So I'll leave it at 3. All ages I fit, that's okay. Sex only, well, he's a male, so we'll keep him there. We'll run a filly race anyway. So you put fine, and let's see what we got here. Well, we got no Tuesday races, so none running in what's called Tuesday Rodots. We've got Friday. We have one here running in Friday, Never Won 1T in South Africa. Get down here and see what else is available. We have, let's see, there's a straight 7. It's costing 1 breeding point. That's a little distance away. We have a 6.5 up here, which is close by in E3. Never Won 1T. Probably like to stick with that race rather than this one up here, simply because this will allow me, if I put them in this race, and the Saturday races allow me to maybe go for a 3-man. So that'll be discussed later, and you can check all these things out in the rules too. So let's go with E3. We're going to, we would normally write all this information down on my sheet, but right now I'm just trying to show you how to do this. I'm going to enter him as first choice here, so I'll put him down there. Now the next place we have to go, it's preferences are stored, but we have to go down here and click on entry matrix. So we click on the entry matrix, and you'll notice when you come down here, he's already entered in the entry matrix for that race. So we come down here a little bit further. We put on, we'll do one thing up here first. We'll, let's see, we'll check entries to see what it looks like here, to see if he really does qualify. He's got a 22.05 point thing, so I don't think I have any problem getting in this race. The lower the points are, the further away you go. Sometimes if the races the fields get filled, it's harder to get them in the race because they fall down and fall off the bottom of the listing. So I'm going to put on enter here because that is the race I want. Put on enter races. Now we come down. We see here his horse is entered into that race. Tells me what the race is, race number. What we want to do is we want to click here to check the entries, so we click that. That brings us down to this point. See, races entered for Trilobite. We have only 1 horse entered so far. If there were more, the whole list of them would be here. So we go in here and check entries, just to make sure, see what he's entered against, if there's any other horses in the race. And we find already there's 3 other horses entered. We're second, so you see we managed to get ahead of these 2 because they had only 22.04 for the total in entering for one reason or another. I'm not sure what that might have been. Maybe they are trying to race their horse a little sooner. I raced mine several weeks back, so I probably pick up a point on that. So anyway, there he stands, and he is now entered in that race. So we have Faith Fantastic running in that particular race. And that's basically how we enter a horse.